Good evening, Cub Scouts. We are going to look at ways that we help keep our rope in good condition. So when you have rope like this or rope like this, see how it starts to fray? Well, we're going to look at how we prevent that from happening. So there's a lot of different kinds of rope out there, but you generally get two categories. You have synthetic rope like paracord, and you have organic rope like this manila rope. So synthetic ropes and non-synthetic ropes you have to do different things with. So synthetic ropes are much easier. We do what we call fusing. And what you're going to need is a candle or some other kind of flame. I like you working with candles because it's hands-free.
Safer.
And then you just take the end and you put it down on the top. Don't put it in the flame, just over the flame. And it's going to start to melt the end of that rope. And the melting of that end of the rope is going to fuse it and keep it from fraying anymore. So you wind up with something like that. And you don't have to worry about fraying anymore. All right? So that is fusing, relatively easy thing to do. But anytime you're working with fire, make sure you're doing that with the help and knowledge of your adult partner. All right, so for our organic ropes, there's a few options we have for our organic ropes. The one we're going to look at tonight is called whipping. And that is a way of closing off the end of the rope, keeping it from fraying by using another rope. So you're going to take a piece of rope or twine or thistle. Usually you're going to use something really thin like this. This is a fake sinew, synthetic sinew. Holds really nice. But for purposes of showing this knot, we're going to use these, which are a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to see. So we'll show these both at the same time. So you're going to take this rope and you're going to bend it over about 3 inches worth, maybe a little less, and you're going to put that up so the bend meets the end of your rope that you want to whip. And then you're going to take the long end and you're going to start wrapping that around nice and tightly towards the end of the rope. You just keep going around and around and around and around. And once you get to the end, then you can just stick the end through the loop. And then the end that's sticking out the other side, you pull that and it closes off that loop and makes it nice and tight. Right. And then you can just snip off those ends, maybe fuse those, and then your organic rope will never fray on you after that. And that's a lot of friction. It's going to take a lot of force to pull that off, especially once you tighten it down really good. So that is fusing and whipping a rope. We might look at some more ways to do this later, some more advanced skills called splicing, which is really fun, but a little bit more tricky. All else fails, just tape off the end or dip it in some glue. That works too sometimes, but this is the real good scout way to do it. All right, have fun tying some knots.